Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. There's this topic of Tawakul and the concept of reliance on Allah in all aspects of life. And we discussed that in the context of New Year's resolutions. Because whatever we do, however hard we try, however much we spend on organizing ourselves, ultimately the results come down to the God. And that's why it's important to have this concept of tawakkul so that we realize that the results are not controlled by us. We can control the effort. And that's where and that is why Islam focuses so much on the effort and the niyyah. And I'll give you an example. Recently came across this particular example from the life of the daughter of the Prophet, Syeda Fatima Zehra salawatullah alayh. Really interesting example of how Allah sees the niyyah and shows what is possible. So once it's mentioned by the Jabir ibn Abdullah Ansari that some of the companions of the Prophet were sitting with the Prophet in the mosque of the Prophet. It was the time of the Asr prayer. After offering the prayers, the Prophet and everyone all among the companions had sat with the Prophet in the mosque. One old, frail Muhajir Sahabi came into the mosque and his clothes were really torn up. He was hungry, he was really weak. So he said to the Prophet, "O Prophet of Allah, I'm really hungry. Please feed me. I don't have any clothes. My clothes are torn. Please give me clothes. I don't have anything to go back to my children. Please give me a means to go back." Essentially, he was poor, he didn't have any place to go. The Prophet replied, "At this point, O brother, I do not have anything to give you, but whoever tells you the right path or guides you towards good is also considered good. So I will guide you towards a house which might provide you something." That was the house of Syeda Fatima Zehra, and he asked Hazrat Bilal to go with him to the house of Syeda Fatima Zehra. Hazrat Bilal went to the house of Syeda Fatima Zehra and said, "Assalamu alaikum ya Ahl Bayt Nabuwa." And from inside, Sayyid Fatima Zahra replied, "Wa alaikum assalam, and who is this?" Then the old Arab replied, "I'm an old person. I'm very weak. I do not have any food. I do not have any clothes. I do not have any place, any means to go back to my children. Please feed me. Please give me some money. Please give me some clothes." Sayyida Fatma Zahra, even though she had not had food for a couple of days at that time, looked around in the house and there was nothing except for one skin of a lamb on which Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein used to sleep. She offered that skin and said, "This is the only thing that I have. Hopefully, Allah will give barakah in this." He replied, "Sayyida, I am hungry at this point. If you can give me something else." So she looked around. She had a necklace which was a gift from her cousin, Hazrat Fatima bint Hamza. She gave him that necklace and said, "This is a necklace. Sell this. You might get some money. May Allah give you barakah in this particular necklace." He took the necklace, came to the mosque, showed the necklace to the Prophet. The Prophet started crying, knowing that Sayyidah Fatima Zahra did not have anything to give, and she gave her necklace. At that point, he uh, basically said, "Praise Sayyidah Fatima Zahra," and did dua for the Arabi, "May Allah fulfill your needs through this necklace." At that time, Ammar, the companion of the Prophet, stood up and said, "Is it possible that I can buy this necklace from this person?" The Prophet replied, "Yes, Ammar, you can buy this necklace. And if the people, and this is very important, if the people for eternity were part of this buying process, they had contributed to this buying of this necklace, say the Fatma Zara, they would have gained, they would be, um, hell would be forbidden on them." So at that point, when that necklace was given to Hazrat Ammar, he asked, "What do you want in return?" He replied, "I just need a couple of breads. I want to go back to my children, so 1 dinar for the expenses, and I want a Yemeni cloth so that I can cover my body." He had just sold his material, his possessions from the Khaybar, the Ghanima that he got from Khaybar. So what he did was he said, "Okay, I will give you a means, a sawari to go back. I will also give you 200 dirham and 20 dinar. I will also give you Yemeni cloth, and I will feed you food and give you some grains so that you may go and take some food for your family." He said, "You're very generous. Thank you very much." Once he gave all of this, that person came back to the Prophet and said, "Thank you, Prophet. I've gotten more than enough. Now I'm not needy of anyone or anything. Allah has made me ghani." Upon hearing that, the Prophet said, "Make a dua for the person who gave you this necklace." He said, the Arab person did the dua that, "Oh Allah, give Syeda Fatima Zehra from your ghaib so much that no eyes has ever seen, no ears have ever heard." And the Prophet said, "Ameen." And then the Prophet replied, "Allah has accepted his dua, and Allah has already given Sayyidah Fatima Zahra things that no one can ever comprehend." For example, she has the father, Sayyidina Muhammad, Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who is unlike any other father. She has the husband, Ali Murtaza, who's unlike any other husband, and she has sons, Imam Hassan and Hussein, who are unlike any other sons and are the leaders of people of paradise. At that point, he continued and gave like some other blessings and the attributes of Sayyidah Fatma Zahra. Upon listening all of this, Ammar came back, took the necklace, put in a perfume of mushk, covered it in a cloth of Yemeni cloth, and sent with a slave which he had just bought with the proceeds of Khaybar to the Prophet and said, "This necklace is a gift for you, and this slave that I just bought is also for you, so that he may help you in your activities." The Prophet sent the slave and the necklace to Sayyidah Fatma Zahra. Sayyidah Fatma Zahra, upon hearing the event, she took the necklace and said, "O slave, you're free." Upon hearing this, the slave said something very, very interesting, and that is the essence. He started laughing. Sayyidah Fatma Zahra asked, "Why are you laughing?" The slave replied, "I'm laughing on the barakah of this necklace and the niyyah with which it was given. This particular necklace fed a person who was hungry, gave cloth to a person who didn't have any clothes, made a poor person wealthy, freed a slave, gained the pleasure of Allah, and came back to the owner who rightly deserved this necklace, who gave the necklace in the first place." That, my brothers and sisters, is the essence of Niyyah. It's the essence that Allah sees. Everything else, Allah will curate for our lives. Everything else, Allah will do. If we have the right niyyah, if we have the right attitude, if we have the right focus on making an effort for the cause of Ahl Bayt, for the cause of Allah, things will happen from where we don't even know. But the key is to have the pure intention and work for the cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.